Hello everyone. Now that the catch-up week is finished, the assignments folders for weeks 1 through 7 are now closed. The folder for week 8, however, will remain open because you will need access to the Literary Analysis number 1 Turnitin link if you would like to review the digital copy of your essay with my feedback when I finish grading the essays by the end of the week, hopefully. I'll email you when I am finished grading the essays so you may review your essay and rubric, which will provide an explanation for your grade. If you did not submit the literary analysis essay and you did not speak to me about getting an extension, or you did not respond to my email to you, please keep in mind that you will not be able to access the Turnitin link to submit your final draft after the due date. Therefore, your final grade for the course will be impacted in a negative way. Please contact me as soon as possible to discuss your performance in class if you did not submit the essay. Moving on to week 9, we will be exploring a new module in our course, Victorianism. But because of the catch-up week, our exploration of this literary movement will be cut short to only 1 week. For this week, you will submit quiz number 7. So for quiz number 7, you'll watch these 2 videos, Victorianism and Sound Devices, and then you'll respond to the 10 following questions. And this quiz is due by the end of the day on October 26th. Next, you'll participate in discussion forum number 6. So for this discussion forum, choose one of the following poems from today's reading list. Alfred Lord Tennyson's The Charge of the Light Brigade, Gerard Manley Hopkins' God's Grandeur, or Hopkins' Pied Beauty, Christina Rossetti's Remember, or Rossetti's No Thank You John, Elizabeth Barrett Browning's A Musical Instrument, or Lewis Carroll's Jabberwocky. Then choose 2 or 3 lines that stand out to you from that poem. In your discussion board response, you will write about at least 2 sound devices that the poet uses in those lines. To consider the poet's use of sound devices, follow these guidelines. In your first paragraph, present the 2 or 3 lines that stand out to you in the poem, and point out the sound devices that you notice. For instance, does the poet use assonance? If so, where do you see the assonance in the lines that you have chosen? Does the poet use consonants? If so, where? So assonance and consonants, these concepts will make more sense to you when you watch that video, Sound Devices, for quiz number 7. Then for your discussion forum response, in your second paragraph, consider the effect of these sound devices on the poem. In other words, what do the sound devices add to the poem? If the sound devices were removed, would the lines have the same effect on you? Why or why not? When replying to your peer, you may note similarities and differences in your responses. If you reply to a peer who wrote about a different poem, you may write about all that you have learned from your peer's post. So your main post is due by the end of the day on October 27th, and your replies are due by the end of the day on October 28th. Lastly, there is a takeaway activity. Now that we're wrapping up the Victorianism module, discuss one key concept, idea, insight, piece of information, or reading that stands out to you from this module. Also, you may discuss a conversation from the discussion forum that impacted you in some way. How do you think the takeaway from this module will be useful to you in your future work in this course? So this takeaway activity is due by the end of the day on October 28th. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me. Also, you may stop by during my virtual office hour on Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. Enjoy your week. Bye now.